Alright, so we got a 3500 series Nissan. I'm going to show you how to take the door panel off. This got a, the window got stuck down. And trying to figure out how to get the door panel off. Okay, so basically, a few things you're going to have to do. You pry this off. Okay, this just pries up. Pop that off. There's a 10mm bolt right there. Take a little screwdriver, pry this off like that. Right, that little panel, there's another 10mm bolt in there. Okay, so now you got that little bolt out, you got that little bolt out. Take a little pry bar, stick it right in here like this, and pop that panel off. And that exposes your third one. And then you could take this off by prying it up here. If you want to pop that off, you really don't even have to really take that off, but and then just go around, and you have pins all the way around it. Just yank on it. Pretty tight, but they'll basically come off. So now you pop the panel off from its pins. I'm going to show you from this end so you can see it. Don't pull it all the way off. You're still going to have to get those two right there off. So the way you do that is you're going to pull on these here like this. Let's see if I can show you while I'm doing it. You're going to pull on these out like that, and then swing them around like that until they come out of their little clip. And then they lift up. You swing them all the way around until they're able to lift up and out of there. You'll see it when you get it. See the bottom when you can just spin it. I need to hold it with my hand, so. Alright, so you'll be able to clip those, take those little cables off. That's one for the lock and one for the door handle. Alright, so now you got that off. You need to take your switch off. Push that little tab right there. And this little tab, and then you just squeeze it and pop the, it's hard to do it. Pop that off like that. Okay. And then down here, there's a little light that you need to unhook. Basically pry that off. And that can actually slide through. It could probably slide right through like that. And you'll be able to get it out the other end. Or not. Okay, so it's got a little tab. Same thing, squeeze that little tiny tab and unhook the wire. So that'll look like that. And then you can take your door panel off. Alright, got your wire there. Wire there, there's your two cables. And now you'll be able to get to the actual, this stuff. It's got glue, like a silicone. I'm out in the sun right now, so the stuff's really soft. You'll be able to peel it back. Don't rip it, because you're going to be putting it back on. So take that, peel that back. You're going to have to take that one bolt out of there. Peel this back, and that'll expose the window and the motor. And then we'll test the motor. We're going to plug the switch back in it, test the motor, see if it's getting power. If it's getting power, gets a new motor. Alright, so we got the door panel off, and first thing we notice is there's two bolts on the ground, and the two bolts are missing out of here, and the motor's all cocked over. So what that tells me is more than likely the regulator locked up. Okay, so I'm going to test the motor anyway, make sure, but that looks like what happened. So this is going to need a regulator. So you got the key on, and you go over here and test it, and you can't hear anything. Well, the motor cocked over to one side and actually cut all the wires off. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get wires back in there, a new plug and a regulator. Alright, so we got the window, trying to get this regulator back up into place so we can unplug it, and it actually ripped the wires out of the socket. Now the fun part is trying to figure out which wire goes where. So the only thing I can think of is take the other door panel off and see if it's got the same type of plug, and at least we can see where the wires go. Alright, let's try that, see what happens. Alright, so we figured out where all the wires go, plug that back in, gotta line all this back up now. Let's see if it works. Alright, so we got everything back together. Window works, up and down. On the side works, up and down. So it had to be jamming or something, and then it finally just broke off. So that's how you take the door panel off. That's how you fix that. Hopefully that helps somebody. Make sure you check everything before you start ordering parts. Parts are expensive for this thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.